What's up guys, Xman Co here, and today we're going to make one amazing gammon. The festive season is upon us guys, and that shouts and calls out for one thing, the perfect gammon. Let me introduce you to all the ingredients. There's only a few, and let's get this party rolling. We've got an onion here, some carrots, cloves of garlic, salt and pepper. Guys, it's never been so easy. Let's prep all the ingredients and move on to the next step. This is a dish that you can do indoors or outdoors. We're going to combine the two. First step we're going to do indoors, and the second step outdoors, just the way we like it, on the fire. You want to start off with your onion, slice the edges off, remove that skin. Move over, cut it in quarters, and guys, it's as easy as that. Onto the carrots. Chop off those ends, and then it's time to cut these carrots in chunky bits. Now the size doesn't really matter. These ingredients are all just for flavor. Next is the garlic cloves. We're going to use 2 cloves. As always, smash them as hard as you can. Remove the skin. You don't even have to chop them up. And now it's time to move on to the next step. We're using a gas stove today, so you just want to set it to a medium heat. Use a pot that's big enough to handle your gammon. As you guys will see a little bit later, we switched pots. We went for a bigger pot because you want to make sure that your gammon is really under the water while simmering. In with your carrots, followed by your onions. Add your salt, and then your pepper, and then your cloves of garlic. Now gently drop in your gammon, and you want to have a medium heat and just simmer it for about 2.5 hours. Basically, the rule of thumb is 55 minutes approximately per kilogram. Once it's up to a nice simmer, we're going to remove the foam. It's just a thing that we do, and we like it this way. We'd like to see everything in a pot. And I can tell you the pepper's already coming through. It's really smelling amazing. This is a 1.8 kilogram gammon that we got here, so 2 hours should be perfect. After 2 hours, it's time to remove the gammon. We're just going to put it on a dripping tray. Now, if you need to move it aside and only make it later that evening, that's also fine. Now that our gammon is rested, let's move over to the outdoor kitchen. We fired up the BGE with some good quality lump charcoal, and then we moved over and added our convector, just for an amazing indirect cook. Whilst the BGE is getting up to temp, let's move over and sort out and prep this beautiful gammon. We're going to start off with removing the netting. We like to pull the netting initially just to make sure that it does come off the gammon, and then we start away and we just cut the netting off. Just be gentle whilst you do this, as the netting sometimes pulls into the meat at the bottom. As you can see, it's pulling into the meat there, so we're just going to be very gentle whilst we remove it. Flip it for some comfort whilst we remove the rest of the netting. Guys, if you've taken care removing the netting, that's what it should look like. Just have a look there. Perfect. We need to remove the skin, and that's going to aid in absorbing all the flavors that we're going to add to this beautiful gammon. So we just start off at one point and try and keep as much fat as you guys can on this beautiful gammon. The idea is just to remove the skin and not too much of the fat, as the fat's flavor, and that's really going to uplift this dish. I mean, what's a gammon without fat? If you're lucky like we are, it just pulls off from this gammon. Next, we just want to score the fat, just light cut on the fat cap. As you guys can see, it's like a knife on butter. It just goes so easily, so you don't have to put much pressure. Then we turn it 90 degrees and we just cut it again. This is going to aid this beautiful gammon in absorbing all the beautiful flavors that we're going to add to this dish. Guys, we love pepper. Salt's been taken care of, but we need to add a little bit more pepper. So we're just going to grind a little bit on top of this fat, as much as you like, and if you don't like that, skip it entirely. We know this is going to be one delicious dish. One more ingredient, some cloves. It's also going to add to flavor, and it's going to look so presentable. There's so many ways of doing a gammon, and I need to stress this out. This is just one of them. We've got a few ways that we like our gammon, but this is really right up there. It's one of our favorite recipes. Guys, our BGE is on temp, 170 degrees Celsius, 325 Fahrenheit for the guys that use Fahrenheit. Let's get this bad boy on the BGE. We're going to do about 20 minutes, and then it's time to add a beautiful twist. 20 minutes later, guys, it's time to take this beast off. Let's sort out the next step of this cook. It's time for the jam. We're using apricot jam. You can use whatever works for you. And guys, the beauty here is that as you put it onto this beautiful gammon, you'll see that it will eventually just soften up because of the heat, and we just want to cover the whole fat cap of this beautiful piece of meat. Now the jam's a sweetie component to this dish. It's going to penetrate this meat, just going to make it lovely and just so much nicer to eat. Back into the oven for about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. And guys, at this stage, you want to revisit this beautiful gammon and just make sure that we keep on basting it. We're going to give it about 10-15 minutes, rebaste it. 45 minutes later, guys, let's have a look. That looks absolutely divine. There's only one more thing to do, and that's to carve this beautiful gammon that we've got here. Let's do that. Guys, that looks absolutely amazing. Boys and girls, it's that time of the day. It's time to taste. It's like butter. Wow. This is amazing. It's truly amazing. Well, you guys know this already. I mean, this was a brilliant cook. 45 minutes in the BGE, and that was so well worth it. The jam, the sweetness, the cloves are coming through. Guys, this is absolutely a must-do at home. You know the story. If you like what you're doing, like, share, subscribe, enable those notifications so you get notified as soon as we upload a new video. Thanks for watching. We cannot do it without you. We'll see you on the next one. Shh. Go. Have a bite.
Thank you. Oh, wow.
Co loves it. You know you're going to do too. See you guys in the next one. It's amazing, eh?
Very nice. I love it.
So soft, eh? Look at that.